The prospect of higher fuel prices raises immediate concerns about the impact on ordinary Nigerians, as experts have been reacting to World Bank's latest assessment of Nigeria's oil sector. According to the World Bank in its recent report, the federal government may still be paying for fuel subsidy, stating that the current fuel prices are not cost-reflective in the country. Business correspondent Frank Omalape has details.
The first subsidy is gone.
The removal of fuel subsidy announcement sent shockwaves through the economy, setting the tone for President Tinubu's administration.
The budget that have...
While these pronouncements marked the end to fuel subsidy in June, recent whispers of its partial return seems to cast a shadow of doubt on the complete removal, a key tool of the government's reform agenda aimed at steering Nigeria towards sustainable growth.
The World Bank, in its recent presentation on Nigeria Development Update report, raised concern about pricing policy, suggesting that the federal government may still be paying for subsidy. According to World Bank's assessment, the current PMS price is not cost reflective, and that the ideal thing should be around 750 naira per litre.
Speaking virtually to an economist and CEO of Center for the Promotion of Enterprises, Dr. Muda Yusuf, he stated that the federal government should be cautious in acting on the World Bank's position on the idea of a fully deregulated downstream sector given the present macroeconomic environment.
We need to be careful the way we ascribe significance to some of these World Bank pronouncements. The government is already trying to, facilitate domestic refining of petroleum products. I think that is the direction we're looking at. The World Bank doesn't reckon with the social conditions of the people in some of these considerations. So whether there is subsidy or not, yes, there may be some level of subsidy may have returned. But the wisdom that the government has adopted in the management of the process is to say that the pains on the people is enormous already.
This expert, however, has a different opinion. Sharing his thought after taking my seat with him, he believes the government switching to fully deregulated sector reflect what the World Bank deemed cost-reflective pricing.
It's not really a question of if subsidy is back. I think it's more of when will this administration do away with subsidy completely, because that's what they are planned to do from the very start. And now that we are seeing subsidy come into play again, the next question is, when do we expect this to be completely raised?
The thought of yet another price hike for a critical commodity like PMS may be a bitter pill to swallow for many Nigerians who are already grappling with rising inflation.
I buy at an average of, say, 600 naira per litre. Right, so 568 here, 595 there, 610, so at an average of 600 naira per litre, and it's already too high. So I don't think I'm willing to pay more, but the sad part is that even when we buy at this high cost, we still burn all the fuel in traffic.
What is the purchasing power of a man who lives in rural area in Delta, in Ekiti, in Ondo? What is the purchasing price? And we all enter into the same market. It will affect the rich, both the poor. So what we are saying is that because democracy interpretation is according to individual, the interpretation of democracy to a man in the village is different from a capitalist who owns a company everywhere.
Now, the government faces the task of balancing the initial relief provided to cushion the effects of subsidy removal with the long-term implications. Frank Omalape, TVC News, Lagos.